Hello, my dear students. Once again, I am here before you, Lalit Kumar P. Bhaiya, Associate Professor, Electronics and Telecommunication Department, Bharati College of Engineering and Technology, Durg. You are here, 6th semester students of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. And this is the presentation of the numerical based on filter realization with cascade and parallel realization. We have already seen about the realization. There are different type of realization for FIR filter and IIR filter. Today we will see the cascade and parallel realization for IIR filters. Dear friends, you are already known the zero pole form, that is direct one form of realization, and pole zero form, that is direct form two realization. And in cascade and parallel realization, we will realize each term of the transfer function into direct form 2. In cascade realization, we have to make the total transfer function, that is h of z of digital filter, into a products, that is h1 of z into h2 of z into h3 of z and so on. So while realizing in cascade, we will modify the basic transfer function h of z of a filter into product of the different terms h1 of z, h2 of z, h3 of z and so on. And then we will cascade this h1, h2, h3 one by one in direct form 2. This is called cascade realization. While in case of the parallel realization, we will make the same transfer function into the summation of the individual transfer functions, that is by partial fraction expansion method, h1 of z plus h2 of z plus h3 of z and so on. Let us see with the help of the numerical this cascade and parallel realization. Go through this numerical. The question is, the transfer function of the discrete time causal system is given by h of z is equal to 1 minus z inverse upon 1 minus 0.2 z inverse minus 0.15 z to the power minus 2. That means this transfer function is of second order transfer function. Draw cascade and parallel realization. So first of all, go through the cascade realization. Let us write this transfer function as it is. Since you can see here, this denominator is a second order polynomial. So we must find the roots of this second order polynomial first and then write this transfer function in terms of these roots, so that we will get different factors here. We will get the h1 of z, h2 of z, etc. And then we will cascade these two different factors, h1 of z and h2 of z. We will get the cascade realization. So what we will do, the denominator can be factorized with the help of the polynomial equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Then its roots are x1 and x2 are minus b plus or minus square root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Compare this with this equation. Then we will find here this A is equal to 1, B is equal to 0.2 and C is equal to minus 0.15. B is equal to minus 0.2 and C is equal to minus 0.15. We will put this value in these roots. So we have got here the roots minus 0.5 and minus 0.3. So this polynomial in the denominator 1 minus 0.2 z inverse minus 0.15 z to the power minus 2 is equal to having the roots 1 minus 0.5 z inverse and 1 plus 0.3 z inverse, as we have got these two roots. Then this polynomial can be written as 1 minus z inverse upon, in first bracket, 1 minus 0.5 z inverse, and in second bracket it is 1 plus 0.3 z inverse. So this factorization is done, and now we can write this h of z into h1 of z into h2 of z. We can express this h of z into h1 of z into h2 of z. Here it is considered 1 minus z inverse upon 1 minus 0.5 z inverse is h1 of z. And in second, we have the h2 of z is equal to 1 upon 1 plus 0.3 z inverse. So these two factors, h1 of z and h2 of z. Then we can write h of z is equal to h1 of z into h2 of z. Now this h1 of z is implemented into direct form 2 realization. In direct form 2, we will write the poles in the left side and zeros. We will represent the poles in the left side and zeros in the right side. Here pole are 1 minus 0.5 z inverse. So since in transfer function it is minus 0.5, at the left side we will represent this coefficient as plus 0.5, and this 1 in the denominator is represented by this line. We will put the 1 delay here, and to the right side we have a coefficient 1, that is 1 minus 1 z inverse. So we will put here minus 1, sign will be as it is, and this 1 is this line. So 1 minus z square represent this side and 1 minus 0.5 z inverse represent this side, and connect these two. So this is the direct form 2 realization of h1 of z. And now this h2 of z, in the same way we will represent in the direct form 2 realization. Here in denominator it is coefficient is plus 0.53. We will represent minus 0.53 here after this delay, this coefficient, and this 1 is represented by this line. So this realization is the this realization is the direct form 2 realization of this h2 of z. Then we have got direct form 2 realization of h1 of z and direct form 2 realization of h2 of z. Then we will cascade these two diagrams here, h1 of z and h2 of z. You can see here, this is h1 of z and this is h2 of z. So this realization is called as the cascade realization. Here x of n is the input, this is h1 of z, this is h2 of z, and here y of n. Or you can say y of z upon x of z is equal to h of z, and this h of z is equal to h1 of z into this h2 of z. This is direct form 2 realization. This is also direct form 2 realization. So this whole diagram represents the cascade realization. Individual term is of direct form 2 realization. Dear friends, remember, while solving the problems of such types and lengthy problems, realize each term in direct form 2, because it is easy to represent in the direct form 2, and direct form 2 realization is then cascaded. Or you can make the parallel also with the help of this direct form 2 realization. In parallel connection or in parallel realization, we again represent this h1 of z, h2 of z in terms of the direct form 2 realization. But in parallel realization, we will take this h of z, that is y of z upon x of z is equal to h of z is equal to, let us say, h1 of z plus h2 of z and so on. But for this, we have to make the transfer function into partial fraction so that we will get h of z is equal to h1 of z and h2 of z. Let us see the parallel realization now. Now you can observe this parallel realization of the same problem. This is the given transfer function. We will write this given transfer function in terms of z. Since higher order is z to the power minus 2, so we can multiply z to the power 2 and divide by z to the power 2. So whole term will be converted into positive powers of z. So we will get this positive powers of z, z square minus z upon z square minus 0.2z minus 0.15. And this can be factorized. Above term can be written as numerator term z into z minus 1, and this is again a second order polynomial. So we can factorize this polynomial. This factorization is given by the roots of this polynomial according to the ax square plus bx plus c. We will get these two roots. P1 is equal to 0.5 and P2 is equal to minus 0.3. So we can write this equation. You will take this z to the left side, that is h of z by z is equal to z minus 1 upon z square minus 0.2z minus 0.15, and the roots of this equation are this one. So this h of z upon z can be written as z minus 1 upon z minus 0.5 into z plus 0.3. So this h of z by z can be written as a1 upon z minus 0.5 plus a2 upon z plus 0.3. This is called as partial fraction expansion form. So using this partial fraction expansion form, now we will, this is f of z, supposed to be f of z. Then we will we will get the values of a1 and a2. We will put here and then realize this separate function into direct form 2, this separate function into direct form 2, and make the parallel connection of these two. So we will get the parallel realization. So let us see this one. So here, as our usual method, we have to determine this a1 and a2. a1 is equal to this z minus 0.5 into this f of z, that is h of z by z, at z is equal to p1. This is minus p1. We will put z is equal to p1. So we will get the value of the a1, and this a1 comes to be 0.625. Similarly, you can calculate a2, that is equal to z minus p2 into f of z at z is equal to p2, and put the value of z is equal to minus 0.3 here. You will get a2 is equal to 1.625. Then we will write f of z is equal to h of z by z is equal to this minus 0.625, that is a1, and 1.625 a2. So this is the first, and this is, and then finally we will get this transfer function minus 0.625 z upon z minus 0.5 and plus 1.625 z upon z plus 0.53. And finally, you convert these positive powers of z into negative powers of z. So divide and multiply by z inverse to both the individual terms. So we will multiply here z to the power minus 1, divide by z to the power minus 1, here also z to the power minus 1, and divide by z to the power minus 1. So that you will get this h of z minus 0.625 upon 1 minus 0.5 z inverse plus 1.625 upon 1 plus 0.3 z inverse. So this is the partial fraction expanded h of z of the given transfer function. Now realize this transfer function into direct form to this h1 of z and this h2 of z in direct form to, like this. This is h1 of z and this is h2, and make this parallel connection. So you will get this parallel realization. Here again you can see this is the direct form 2 of h1 of z. In equation it is minus 0.5, we will write the plus 0.5 to the left side because these are poles, and this is of the second term. Here in second term it is plus 0.53, we will write the minus 0.53 to the left side, and this is the constant is multiplied here in numerator minus 0.623, we will multiply this minus 0.623 here, and here 1.623, you can multiply here 1.623, and now these two direct form two separate terms can be realized. Here you can see this is first one and this is second one. This is h1 object, this is h2 object with numerator constant multiplier here, and make this parallel connection. This is input and this is output. So this is called as parallel realization of the given transfer function. So dear friends, you have to solve the numericals per cascade and parallel realization like this. If you have any doubt, you can ask me, and you have a number of problems, you can do it. In next slide, we will go for the another problems also. Thank you very much. If you have any doubts, you can ask me at any time on any of the platform, either on Google Classroom or on WhatsApp or on my email, etc. Thank you very much. Go through the various standard problems. Thank you.